Third stimulus check and third stimulus package. I had told you that certain things in the third stimulus package could be removed and turned into executive orders and become a law in the first few days of the Biden administration. And that has now happened. Today, several of them were added to the list, and there were some surprises. Items that I never thought were becoming executive orders became executive orders. So could more of them be following thereafter? You better believe it. In this first ever recording you've never seen anywhere else, I go over the items of the third stimulus package and where they could land. Executive order, memorandum, instruction, or could they get changed? I have all the big details on the third stimulus package and third stimulus check you've never heard of before until this major recording on Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Afternoons LALATE with third stimulus check and third stimulus package. There is so much happening today on third stimulus package that it's a little bit overwhelming for some people, but I'm going to make it easy for you explaining where things landed. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on the front of this channel. Like this video. And if you've not hit that alert button, make sure you do so you get alert when I next go live, which is right after this video with me and Mitch. Meantime, if you've not become a member, go to the front of this channel, go to the description of this video and click the membership link to become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. A link also appears in the pinned comment and also here at the top of the video. Membership gives you access to PDFs designed specifically for you to understand what's in first, second, and third stimulus, and also how to get money before anyone else. In this video, I'm going to go over what happened today about third stimulus, and I'm going to refer to one of those PDFs, the one I wrote on Monday, that delineated the 22 items that we know that are in third stimulus and the ones that no longer are in there. Why? Because they're now law. So with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that the 22 items of third stimulus package delineated on this channel over the last week that I told you some of which would get removed by executive order got removed. And ironically, a few that I didn't see coming got removed as well. So what's going on? Let's go over the details. There are several ways that the President of the United States can make something a law. He can have a bill, and the bill would be introduced to the House and then to the Senate, and then he signs it. Or he can have an executive order where he just writes something up and says, it's ordered. It's done. It becomes law that day. There's a third way in which he doesn't need an executive order. He just says a memoranda to the department that oversees the money and says, hey, you know what? I want you to go do this thing starting today. Well, Joe Biden has made very clear since November he was going to use all three tools. And in the first 3 days, he did. On Wednesday, he took 3 items out of the third stimulus package, as I so predicted for 3.5 months of this channel. On day 1 on Wednesday, he took out eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, and student loan debt moratorium and made them executive orders. Those are now laws. The CDC eviction moratorium is extended, the mortgage forbearance is new, and the student loan debt forgiveness moratorium is also new. All right. Then came today, the big stimulus day. And I told you there was a series of things under third stimulus that he could remove as well. But even I was a little bit surprised about what happened. If you're referring to the PDF, which I use on this channel, the January 18th one, the one from Monday, let's look at what's happened. So number 5 said SNAP increases of 15% would be the 5th item under the third stimulus package. Guess what he did today? Pulled it out and made it executive order. It is now law. Congratulations. What is SNAP? SNAP is free food. How do you get it? Department of Agriculture. Call them up or call 211. How are you eligible? About $49,000 or less, 2019 earnings for a single individual. How much does it pay? It, without these provisions that Biden's doing, usually pays about $1,400 a month for a family of 4 in Hawaii. Well, what did Joe Biden do? he extended an existing law. Under the second stimulus package, the Trump stimulus from Mar-a-Lago, SNAP was increased 15% from January to June. Joe Biden, under the third stimulus package, as you see on my PDF, had proposed to extend that an additional 6 months to December. Joe Biden said, I'm not waiting for this to do it by bill. I'm going to remove it and just tell Department of Agriculture, you so pay it, 15% increase for the rest of the year. Congratulations, if you're on SNAP, you now have an entire year of 15% increase on your SNAP benefits. Let's now turn to utilities. Let's now turn to PEBT. Now, this one's the one that surprises me, actually. I had listed PEBT under number 6 as items of the third stimulus. I'm not quite sure where I got that from. But remember, I had a 30-page summary of the third stimulus package bill items. The bill has been written. It still has not been introduced at the time of this recording. It's about 6,000 pages in length. And the 6,000-page bill, I have a 30-page summary which details the 22 items. No one else really has this document that's the comparable coverage like I am. And so that's why you're seeing detail only on this channel that no one else really has. The PEBT, I had told you, was in third stimulus. Well, get ready for the exciting news. Yeah, it did happen. PEBT became law today by executive order with a 15% increase. What is PEBT? It basically is the concept of if you have a child that is normally fed at school and that school is abruptly closed because of COVID, then the child's at home and you have to pay the kid food. You have to pay to feed the child. The federal government wants to reimburse you for that. And so what they're doing is they have a program called PEBT. It's $114 approximately per month. But what did Joe Biden's bill do? He first made PEBT national to appear across the entire country. And second, he made an increase so that you get a 15% increase for PEBT as well for the entire duration of the executive order. So suddenly SNAP has a 1-year duration of a 15% increase, and also PEBT is national with its own 15% increase. The great news doesn't end there. The additional stops are paid sick leave, number 15. Paid sick leave became an executive order in part today, as did hazard pay. Public sector, number 7, became an executive order today. What's going on here? This one's a little complicated. So this one applies to people who work for third-party governmental contractors. These are not federal employees. These are people who work for the federal government as third-party contractors. An example is a gardening company that is privately hired by the federal government to mow their lawn in front of the federal building. They may hire employees like you at $8 an hour until today. Joe Biden's new executive order says, no, those workers are hazard pay. I'm going to require them to be paid $15 an hour, minimum wage, third-party contractors, and you qualify for paid sick leave. Now, under the third stimulus package, you know why that's important, because paid sick leave is up to $1,400 a week. Suddenly you saw 2 more parts of the third stimulus package taken out and carved out by executive order. I love this because you know why I like this? It's sort of detailed. It's very, very detailed. This is something you really need a PDF for. This is something you need a piece of paper for. It's a little bit elaborate. It's a little bit specific, but it's so number intensive. You have to really know the numbers and know what I'm referring to. So to recap on that one, that's third-party contractors that work for the federal government. They will now be required to pay $15 an hour to their employees, like a gardener, and also paid sick leave, which can be up to $1,400. Wow. All right, so now, what else under third stimulus package? Well, here's the other developing detail, which I landed on Mornings LA today. We now see that under third stimulus check and third stimulus package, there is wiggle room to negotiate. And hence comes back the purple power. The purple power is in full storm once again starting today, and we are ready to push and push and push as the purple power. 2 items at issue are the 2 major items of the third stimulus, which I've been hearing from you, and I certainly agree 100% with you. Hashtag MSC, hashtag FPUC retro. The third stimulus package has a series of items in there that pays people money, but not the amount of money that we think that you should be paid. Let's go over them. First, the stimulus check. The stimulus check in the third stimulus package is $1,400 for individuals, $1,400 for children, married couple, you double that, and $3,200 for adult dependents. Again, $3,200 for adult dependents. Well, this is not particularly what we were so promised no less than a week and a half ago. Chuck Schumer, AOC, a lot of people said, hey, the third stimulus package bill would have a $2,000 stimulus check in there, plus, not minus, but plus Cash Act 2020, which was the Fix-It bill. Suddenly it became only Cash Act, and suddenly there was no $2,000 stimulus check. So viewers like myself think that that's not particularly fair. Additionally, not fair was the conception that Joe Biden would give you stimulus as often as so needed until the pandemic's over. Well, the concept is saying, hey, you're going to get let me say this slower because it's a dramatic moment of this video. I'm going to give you a $3,200 stimulus check payment to cover you from March 2020 to the end of the pandemic. $3,000 to cover you for 17 months. That is sort of silly. So it doesn't make any sense. That's why hashtag MSC. Next, hashtag FPUC retro. People have asked me what's happening, is it going, where it's going, what's happening. You certainly know the promises. The promises by the Biden campaign through the campaign and the transition papers were to provide FPUC retro at $600 a week. Not only was it promised, it was in writing. And we never heard any number but $600 until a few days ago, when I got this draft, this summary, 30-page summary of a 6,000-page bill, which suddenly said, no, $400 a week. Excuse me, when did it become $400 a week? In fact, Nancy Pelosi rejected the number $400 a week, and so did the Democrats for the entire year of 2020. Now it became $400 a week. She specifically said she wouldn't take a penny less than $600. In fact, Joe Biden was elected on $600, and he was also elected on FPUC retro. So that's hashtag FPUC retro. Where is Joe Biden currently? The bill currently has, which has not been introduced to you, but has been written, has FPUC $400 a week going forward to end of September. Now understand, that is a lot of money if you are unemployed. I fully admit that. On the Overnight to LA videos series, we now have 3 shows: Hazard Pay, EIDL, and FPUC Retro. FPUC Retro for January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. That's 9 months. At 4 weeks in a month, you know, that's 30-something weeks at $400 a week. It is a lot of money. It's somewhere between $15,000 to $25,000. It's a lot of money. But how about the people who didn't get that money in 2020? Not fair. So take this video and tag the politicians with FPUC Retro and hashtag MSC. All right, so what else is in third stimulus package? The important things to understand in third stimulus package are there is no contradictory. There is a business grant and there's a business loan in third stimulus package. It is not contradictory to anything you may have gotten in 2020. We have so far been told. So if you got the EIDL grant in 2020, don't worry. This is a separate instrument. It does not look like it's one or the other. How much is the grant? How much is the loan? We do know it's nearly 30% of a $1.9 trillion bill. For you, for grants and loans, that's a lot. Next, I adore how viewers' informational ramp up has happened. You have just absolutely learning stuff so quickly and so well. Numbers 19, 20, and 21 are tax credits. And you may never have heard, well, you actually never heard me talk about tax credits on this channel until last weekend. Because the third stimulus package has $8,000 tax credit for childcare, $1,500 tax credit for hazard pay, and another $3,600 tax credit for children. A lot of tax credits. Here's something I want to make very clear, which I haven't made as clear as I would like to. These 3 tax credits, which are on your PDF at 19, 20, and 21, have been law for a while. What Joe Biden is doing is he's going into the existing provisions and changing 2 things. He's increasing the amounts and he's increasing the ages, so more children are included, and then also increasing the amounts. So if you want to learn more about these items, go on irs.gov and look them up and learn about them. Ultimately, I'm not a tax preparer, and you need to consult a tax preparer when preparing a tax return. But you can read stuff like this on irs.gov to explain how it is currently before Joe Biden changes it to help you. So what are the big items of the third stimulus package that now remain after the carve out of some executive order items? The stimulus check, FPUC, UI extended, PUA, free rent for middle class and low income, utilities, free internet, child care, business grants, business loans, paid sick leave, $1,400 a week, student aid supplement, $1,700 a student, hazard pay public sector, hazard pay private sector, child care tax credit, expansion of earned income tax credit, and child care tax credit increase. You know, it was funny because last night at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, the new hit show on this channel aired on Overnight's LA. It's hazard pay. And I watched the video and I thought, I'd have forgot some of this stuff myself. It's very, very, very important to understand how hazard pay works and how EIDL works. Even though Joe Biden will do things differently under his bill, the concept of how they pay things, number of hours, unemployed, what type of job it was, or EIDL, based upon Schedule C, those things are going to be the same no matter what he calls his instruments. So I really want you to watch those videos because I watched them and thought, wow, this hazard pay video is very informative. I want you to know what hazard pay is. I want you to know what business grants is. If you're not up at that time of the hour, don't worry. You can watch yesterday's videos on EIDL and hazard pay from overnight. They're now archived on this channel. Meantime, I'm back next with Bean and Mitch with big updates across the board. Will we see the bill by the end of the day? So much excitement. Joe Biden did hold a press conference before the time of this recording. He did talk about stimulus. He did not debut the bill, and he did not really give us any more detail than I already had for you as well. So please subscribe, like this video, and also hit the alert button. And meantime, if you've not become a member by clicking the link in the description, the pinned comment, or at the top of the video. Become a Purple Power Calcino VIP or Purple Hawk. Stay informed, stay focused, and keep on smiling, and stay in my life for more.